The average Great Dane dies at 7 years old. Not from neglect, not from bad luck, from biology. The same biology that made them magnificent. Most owners never understand why, and that gap in knowledge costs these dogs years. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's shortening your Great Dane's life and the specific steps you can take right now to fight back. Here's something that breaks every dog owner's brain the first time they hear it. Across the animal kingdom, bigger animals live longer. Elephants outlive mice. Whales outlive dogs. That's the rule. But inside the dog species, that rule flips completely. The bigger the dog, the shorter the life. Scientists call this one of the most puzzling anomalies in all of comparative biology. Researchers at the University of Göttingen put an actual number to it. For every 4.4 pounds of body weight added to a dog, expected lifespan drops by roughly 1 month. Apply that math to a 140-pound Great Dane versus a 6-pound Chihuahua. The difference is brutal. A Chihuahua regularly reaches 15 to 18 years. A Great Dane struggles to hit 8. That's not a gap, that's a chasm. So why does this happen? It starts in puppyhood. A Great Dane grows from a newborn to a 140-pound adult in roughly 18 to 24 months. That's one of the fastest growth rates of any mammal on Earth relative to adult size. To pull that off, their bodies flood with a hormone called IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1. And that's where things start to go wrong. If you care about your dog living longer, Griffin's Pack is exactly where you need to be. We cover the science behind dog health that most channels never touch. IGF-1 is the hormone that tells cells to divide, bones to lengthen, and tissues to grow. Without high IGF-1, you can't build a giant dog. But here's the thing. IGF-1 doesn't just drive growth. It drives aging too. High IGF-1 levels accelerate cellular division, which means more chances for DNA errors. It also suppresses the biological housekeeping that clears out damaged cells. Your dog grows fast and ages fast. Small dog breeds and long-lived individuals consistently show lower IGF-1 levels than giant breeds. The same pattern shows up in humans and other mammals. Lower IGF-1 tends to mean longer life. Researchers have even suppressed IGF-1 in lab organisms, from worms to mice, and extended their lifespan. The biology is remarkably consistent. For Great Danes, it means their size comes at a cost that's written directly into their hormonal chemistry. There's a scientific framework that ties all of this together, the disposable Soma theory. Evolutionary biologist Thomas Kirkwood proposed it. Organisms face a trade-off between growth and cellular repair. Energy spent building a massive body fast is energy not spent maintaining and repairing cells long-term. Giant breeds were bred to prioritize rapid growth. The cellular maintenance budget gets cut, and that debt gets collected later in the form of faster aging. Here's what that looks like in practice. Research confirms that giant breeds don't die young because of high puppy mortality. They survive puppyhood just fine. The cost of their rapid growth is collected later, in earlier cancer, earlier heart disease, and faster overall organ failure. A 7-year-old Great Dane is physiologically far older than a 7-year-old Beagle. Their cells have simply accumulated damage at a different speed. Now let's talk about cancer, because this is the one that hits Great Dane owners hardest. Cancer is among the leading killers of this breed. Osteosarcoma, an aggressive bone cancer, is especially devastating. Great Danes are one of the highest risk breeds for it. It typically strikes between ages 6 and 9. By the time it's diagnosed, it's often already spread to the lungs. Average survival time without treatment? 1 to 2 months. Why do giant breeds face such high cancer rates? It comes back to IGF-1 and growth biology. Rapid cell division in puppyhood creates more chances for genetic errors. Then elevated IGF-1 through adulthood keeps promoting cell proliferation while suppressing tumor suppression pathways. The result is a dog running a higher-risk cellular program for its entire life. And there's another cancer that's even harder to catch because it gives no warning at all. Hemangiosarcoma is a cancer of blood vessel walls, and it disproportionately affects large and giant breeds. It's sometimes called the silent killer because it's often completely asymptomatic right up until the dog collapses from internal bleeding. Many owners go from thinking their dog is healthy to facing a life-threatening emergency in a matter of hours. There's no time for a slow response. Knowing the risk exists is the only real advantage you have. Okay, now we're getting into the ones that really matter for day-to-day decisions. Bloat, or gastric dilatation volvulus, is a true emergency. The stomach fills with gas and then twists on itself, cutting off blood supply. Great Danes have the highest rate of GDV of any breed. Their deep, narrow chests create exactly the anatomy for it. Without emergency surgery within hours, it's fatal. And even with surgery, survival isn't guaranteed. Has your Great Dane ever shown any GDV warning signs? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and your experience might help another owner act faster. Here's the part most Great Dane owners don't hear until it's almost too late. There's a surgery that can prevent GDV from ever happening. It's called a prophylactic gastropexy. Surgeons tack the stomach to the abdominal wall so it physically can't twist. Evidence strongly supports doing this when a Great Dane is spayed or neutered. For a breed with a 40+% lifetime GDV risk, this is one of the highest value decisions you can make. Then there's the heart. Dilated cardiomyopathy, DCM, is a disease where the heart muscle weakens and the chambers enlarge, reducing the heart's ability to pump effectively. Giant breeds are disproportionately affected. Large heart mass and rapid early growth strain cardiac tissue in ways that accumulate quietly over years. DCM can cause sudden death, or a slow decline, exercise intolerance, coughing, fluid in the lungs. And it often progresses without any visible signs for months. Most cardiologists now recommend echocardiographic screening for Great Danes starting at age 2 to 3. Not when symptoms appear. Not at age 5 or 6. Age 2 to 3, when the dog still looks completely healthy. Because by the time you see coughing or fatigue, you've already missed the early intervention window. Yet most owners don't schedule a cardiac check until something looks wrong. And with DCM, by then the damage is done. Let's zoom out for a moment. Think about what's happening here. Every mechanism killing Great Danes early, accelerated IGF-1 aging, cancer susceptibility, GDV, DCM, traces back to the same biological root. Their body was built for rapid, massive growth. That growth came with a cost. Most owners know their breed has a short lifespan. Very few understand why. And understanding the why is exactly what puts you in a position to fight back. Now here's where the science becomes genuinely exciting. For the first time, researchers aren't just documenting the problem, they're trying to solve it. A company called Loyal has developed 2 drugs specifically targeting IGF-1 in large and giant breed dogs. The first, LOI-1, is an injectable administered every 3 to 6 months, designed to lower IGF-1 levels. As of 2026, it's approaching potential FDA review. The first drug ever designed specifically to extend canine lifespan. Loyal's second drug, LOI-2, is a daily pill serving a similar purpose. Its pivotal clinical trial, the STAY study, completed enrollment in July 2025. The scientific logic is sound. If elevated IGF-1 drives accelerated aging in large breeds, lowering IGF-1 to levels closer to those in smaller, longer-lived dogs should slow the clock. If even part of the size to lifespan gap can be closed, we could be looking at Great Danes living to 9, 10, even 11 years. The University of Arizona launched the SIGNAL study, the study of IGF-1, neurocognitive aging, and longevity, specifically to investigate how IGF-1 levels affect brain aging in large versus small dogs. One unexpected finding so far: large dogs may not actually develop cognitive decline faster than small dogs. They may simply die before cognitive decline has time to appear. The clock isn't just running faster. It's running out before it can even show you what faster looks like. So what can you actually do right now? Start with puppy nutrition. Feed a large or giant breed-specific puppy formula, not standard high-calorie puppy food. Regular puppy food accelerates growth beyond what a Great Dane's skeleton can support, increasing the risk of hip dysplasia and developmental bone disease. Giant breed formulas are designed to slow growth to a rate the body can actually handle. This is one of the most impactful decisions you'll make in your dog's first year. Next, the spay and neuter timing conversation. Emerging evidence suggests waiting until 18 to 24 months for giant breeds, rather than the traditional 6-month timing. The hormones that direct skeletal and muscular maturation need time to do their job. Cutting that short appears to increase orthopedic disease risk in giant breeds. Have this conversation with your vet early. It's not about avoiding the procedure. It's about timing it for maximum benefit to your specific dog. Here's your action checklist. Talk to your vet about prophylactic gastropexy at spay or neuter time. Schedule an echocardiogram at age 2 to 3, not when symptoms appear. Know the early signs of osteosarcoma: unexplained limping, bone swelling, sudden pain. Keep your dog lean. Excess weight adds stress to joints and the heart for every year of their shortened life. These aren't small decisions. These are the decisions that could add real time with your dog. If this is the kind of content you need, science-backed, no fluff, built for dog owners who want real answers, subscribe to Griffin's Pack. We cover everything that matters for your dog's health, and there's a lot more coming. You can't change your Great Dane's genome, but you can change what happens next. Talk to your vet about gastropexy, start cardiac screening at age 2, use a giant breed puppy formula, and keep your dog lean. Do those 4 things, and you've already done more than most Great Dane owners ever will. Start with one conversation at your next vet visit. What age is your Great Dane right now? And did your vet ever talk to you about any of this? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. And if this video helped you see your dog's health differently, subscribe to Griffin's Pack. We publish honest, science-backed dog content every week for owners who want to do right by their dogs.